First on Worcester News tonight, Massachusetts receives a poor rating for water quality, and the report singles out schools in Massachusetts. Plus, the city is 2 days away from the annual St. Patrick's Parade, how businesses are gearing up for a busy day. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Brittany Schaefer. Significant rain hitting central Massachusetts overnight and into the day today. Cooler temperatures are expected to stick around tomorrow, but we see a warm up for Sunday. Let's get a quick look at our local forecast with meteorologist Tim Kelly.
The storm continues to evolve. We've had snow, we've had rain, we've had temperatures not so bad. Now it's getting colder and the snow is sort of picking up again, actually. It had let up. There's a backlash coming in here. Colder air actually had a severe thunderstorm warning near Washington, D.C. early. So one batch of heavier precipitation moved out. Now it's kind of gray outside. The temperature actually bounced up a little bit after that midday burst of rain and snow. We've picked up about 3/4 of an inch of rain and mixed snow so far in parts of Worcester County. Although you move north, there's been less in the way of precipitation. Anyhow, here's the midnight map. Temperatures are just warm enough that as the snow comes in, it's probably not accumulating on the roads, but it could get down to freezing. It's going to get windy. The wind is going to be gusting past 40 miles per hour. And there we are at 30 degrees as the sun comes up. So there will be slippery spots. Then the snow moves offshore. The sun comes out. Noontime, we're in the 30s. The wind is still gusting past 45 miles an hour. But it turns into a whole different day with sunshine. And it's going to get a lot warmer on Sunday, but then it gets colder again Monday with a little more snow in the 10-day in a few minutes.
The Bay State receives a D rating for water quality. And here in central Massachusetts, an elementary school once tested for very high levels of lead in the drinking water. Parents and legislators say it's concerning. Our Chandler Walsh joins us live now with more. Chandler?
Brittany, according to the EPA, lead exposure in children is linked to things like nervous system damage, learning disabilities, and negative effects to blood cell formation and function. This information is why state leaders are acting. Massachusetts schools get a D rating for water quality. A study by the Environment America Research and Policy Center says about 50% of the state's tested school water had elevated lead levels.
Think about the infrastructure we have. We're an old state. There's a lot of pipes that have been put in the ground many, many years ago. I'm sure if we went around and tried to even inventory what's lead and what's not lead pipes, it's going to be very difficult.
The report singled out Lester Memorial Elementary School for having a tap with more than 22,000 parts per billion of lead.
That is quite high. It's pretty disturbing.
The district superintendent says this was a 2016 number, and any sources found with lead have been replaced and the water is safe. But parents like Heather Van Hazinga say it's still concerning.
In this day and age, everybody is trying to be a little bit healthier, but you certainly don't want them to have any physical issues.
To handle the problem, local lawmakers like Senator Michael Moore are signing on to a bill. It would require all school fountains and faucets be tested for lead annually. Any found with more than 1 part per billion of lead would be considered harmful and need to be shut off until they are fixed.
We don't want our kids exposed to something that they're going to be consuming something that's going to have lasting health effects on them.
Van Hazinga says the bill is a good idea if done right.
I think they'd need to come up with a game plan and figure out how much that testing would cost each year and who would be paying for that.
The Environment America report also took a look at this proposed bill. It says if adopted, the measure would be the strongest in the country based on their grading system. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Several Massachusetts mayors, including Worcester Mayor Joseph Petty, believe their school districts are failing to meet requirements and more funding is needed for urban school districts. Petty, along with mayors in Brockton and New Bedford, testified Friday at the hearing for the legislature's Joint Committee on Education. Petty says the city is not close to meeting standards to provide all students with adequate educational opportunities. The mayors referenced the changing demographics, public health, and homelessness issue. Petty says we need real change now. The success of future generations simply cannot wait. An update to a story we've been following, State Representative Jim O'Day has filed new legislation taking on Big Pharma. The opioid stewardship bill will hold opioid manufacturers accountable for the devastating effects their marketing has had in Massachusetts. O'Day says the legislation aims to pay for the costs of opioid epidemic by enacting a drug stewardship assessment on opioid manufacturers doing business in the state.
My bill is intended to have an assessment, not a tax, but an assessment on these manufacturers. They went completely in the opposite direction of what their own data was showing them, and I believe that is why I feel so strongly about holding them accountable for this.
And according to the bill, the funds will be collected, deposited into a fund to be used for substance use prevention, intervention, recovery, and treatment strategies. The proposed budget for the Worcester Regional Transit Authority is looking optimistic. Administrator Dennis Lipka says the WRTA won't be raising fares or decreasing services for the second straight year. He says next year's fiscal budget is looking great so far. Nationally, ridership is decreasing for public buses, but Lipka says this budget would allow them to enhance service to draw in more people.
Going forward, the idea is to bring back the things that we have been cutting out for the last few years, improve service, and do a better job for our riders. We're looking at retirees who are in special housing, that transit can offer them a way to get out very affordably and not have to deal with congestion. Let us do the driving. And we'd like to expand our student use of transit, whether at the colleges or in the Worcester schools.
And Lipka says the finalized budget will likely be released in July. After an impressive showing at the Special Olympics World Summer Games, Team USA is heading back home for a celebration in Shrewsbury. Spencer's Matthew Millett nailed this incredible three-quarter shot on Tuesday. The U.S. team trains in Shrewsbury and have been together for more than a decade. Saturday around 10 a.m., residents are asked to line the sidewalks of Town Hall to welcome the team home and celebrate their achievement. The team ended up winning a silver medal. The Worcester County St. Patrick's Parade is set for this Sunday. The event was postponed for only the second time in its history. Businesses along the parade route say they are ready for what is expected to be a big turnout. Our Rosalind Flaherty is live on Park Ave tonight. She joins us now with the latest. Rosalind?
Brittany, businesses say they've had extra time to prepare for thousands of people and look forward to this every year. It's the biggest day of the year for many businesses along Park Ave in Worcester.
We've been preparing off and on for months.
The 37th annual St. Patrick's Parade will take place this Sunday. The owner of Loft 266 and Blue Jeans Pizza says they are building a staff just for the day to keep up with the crowds.
We triple or quadruple our staff.
They are having a block party. Park Grill and Spirits is having one too. They expect more than 5,000 people.
A lot of organization, a lot of personnel. We've got everyone pretty much designed as to exactly what they're going to be doing for the day.
With extra people comes extra security. Worcester police say they will have extra officers keeping an eye on the streets.
Monitoring the crowd from the real-time crime center here at the department. We're going to have several officers up there and officials keeping an eye out for any potential disruptions, any problems in the crowd.
They will also bring in the state police with bomb and explosive detection dogs.
Overall, we just want to make sure it's a safe experience for everybody.
Meanwhile, both businesses say the parade brings a lot of action to the area, something they are thankful for.
It's just going to be a great day, and we're very, very excited.
We've had it for so many years that we almost think of it as a regular holiday. The business owners on Park Ave are very lucky.
Worcester Police says to pay attention to the road closures. If you can't make it to the parade, we'll be broadcasting it right here live on Charter TV3. Live along the parade route, Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Worcester's third medical marijuana shop is set to open within weeks. Mission, Massachusetts, located on Lincoln Street, received a unanimous approval from the Board of Health. The facility now needs final approval from the Cannabis Control Commission. The company hopes to open April 1st and also to expand to recreational sales in the summer. Elder Services of Worcester area is holding its March for Meals, promoting the Meals on Wheels program, which helps seniors in the community. Starting next week, area elected officials will help deliver the meals to houses. The annual event commemorates when President Nixon signed into law a measure establishing a national nutrition program for seniors 60 or older. The goal of the March for Meals is to raise awareness about elder nutrition programs they provide year-round.
Meals, it's a lifeline for them. So really, these are people who would have trouble preparing meals for themselves, and what they eat may not be nutritionally sound. According to our surveys, 40% don't see anyone else during the day. So they're actually having someone come to the home, deliver the meal, check on their wellness, report concerns back. So it's a meal, it's the visit, it's all pieces.
The program currently provides meals to more than 1,300 people in the Worcester area daily.